base is my squad.
What's up, guys? So doing a little voiceover back with RLF. We hit arms today. It was me, my boy Eugene, and my bro Big Vince, smashing some arms. Right here you see us warming up on the dip machine. We warm up with 30 reps, and then we get started with some heavy sets of 15 with the entire stack. So I didn't record it all, but we did 6 sets. With every exercise we did a total of 6 sets. In my personal opinion, I actually believe that the dip machine is actually really good for just building overall thickness of the tricep, especially the triceps brachial, but just overall tricep development. I think dips, weighted dips, or a dip machine is just really good. I say go heavy on these, but also keep the reps fairly high. So we did, like I said, 6 sets of 15 after warming up with 30. Right there you see my bro Gene smashing out the whole stack. I'm up right behind him, going and knocking out a couple of reps here. And he's burned too, man. I mean, by the time you get to like set number 3, that lactic acid that builds up is insane, guys. Now you got my bro Big Vince smashing out some arms. Whole stack right there. Moving on, we did some tricep rope cable press downs. I think this is really a good exercise to develop the lateral head as well as the long head of the tricep as well. So we did these slow and controlled, of course 20 reps as well, 15 to 20 reps. And of course every arm exercise that we did here, guys, was a total of 6 sets. It was 6 sets of everything. This was a brutal arm workout. But right here we're not really focusing on using up a lot of weight. We're just trying to keep time under tension, really slow and controlled, to just develop that tricep muscle. Really feel that burn, make that mind to muscle connection as you squeeze out. And really focus on that contraction when you squeeze. Hold it there for a little bit, maybe like a second or so before you bring it back up. And then really slow on the eccentric phase of the motion as well. Just really pump it up and feel that burn and get that blood up in there. Force glycogen inside of the muscle. As you can see right here by my facial expression, I was hurting. The burn was insane, but of course it's all mind over matter, so you gotta fight through it. And like I said, guys, we did 6 sets. 6 sets of this as well. Now we got the bro, Big Vince, knocking out his set. We got Shorty Nice in the background, getting ready to do some lat pull downs to your left. That guy's insane. Go ahead and follow him on IG at Shorty Nice. But moving on, we warmed up with a plate for the preacher curls. We decided to go ahead and hit bicep next. So we warmed up with a plate for about 20 reps, 20 to 30 reps, and then we got on with the working sets, 15 reps, with 10 to 15 reps with a plate and a quarter. And then we moved up, as you'll see in the video, to a plate and 2 quarters, which is basically the same as 2 plates and a dime, 2 45-pound plates and a dime, but trying to keep it slow and controlled as well. And you'll see I didn't make it to 15, but hop right back on there. Got to finish my 5. It was mandatory that we got 15 for the first round, and then the second one was between 10 and 15. Now we got Vince getting ready to knock out his set, making it look easy. This guy's biceps are insane. His bicep strength is insane. And it also shows on back day too. Moving on. Knocking out some hammer curls. And of course, like I said, we did 6 sets of everything, but didn't record the warm-up set. But of course, we warmed up with 30 reps, and then everything else was between 10 and 15 repetitions. like I said, guys, it was brutal. And my mistake, I thought I recorded when we added another 25-pound plate on, but I guess we didn't on those preacher curls. But just take my word for it, we did. We went up in weight. And hammer curls are really good for just outer bicep definition. It's not necessarily going to give you those mountain peaks, but just to develop the overall thickness and length of the bicep, I would definitely say you want to incorporate hammer curls into your arm day regimen. Now, of course, one of my favorite exercises for triceps, we did some skull crushers. Skull crushers are really good at targeting all three heads of the tricep, but it's one of the few exercises that really targets the medial inner head of that tricep. And I noticed that a lot of people have that area of the tricep underdeveloped, and mine is underdeveloped. I'm trying to get it stronger because I power lift, guys, so I'm trying to get my bench press up. So that'll definitely help in aiding in that lockout. But as you can see, we superset it with some French presses right after it. And I mean, this burn was insane, guys. Like I said, 6 sets of everything. We got about 8 to 10 on the skull crushers, and then immediately we jumped inside and we're supposed to get 15 reps on the overhead French presses with the dumbbells. But of course, as you'll see, the burn was so intense, I don't think any of us ever actually made it to 15. Now, for whatever reason, French presses, if I'm not doing it with something to support my back, it just kills my lower back. So that's why I got on the floor and decided to use the bench to assist my upper back. You see Vince knocking out his set. And to be honest with you, this first set that you're seeing right here was actually our warm-up. We didn't do 20 sets on that one. Now you see he added another dime to make it a total of 45 pounds on each side, the equivalent to a 45-pound plate. This was the working set. We did 6 sets of these. So this was another thickness building tricep exercise. If your elbows can handle it, I recommend that you do skull crushers. Skull crushers are a fan favorite. I like French presses too. Sometimes we actually, like if we're not supersetting, we'll go really heavy on French presses. Like some days, if we hit triceps first, we've done up to 150-pound dumbbells on the French presses. And I mean, the thickness in my tricep has gone up since I started incorporating French presses into my workout regimen. But just because we up the weight doesn't mean that we increase the tempo, guys. Today's workout, today's exercise, we really focused on that mind to muscle connection in that slow eccentric phase, just slow and controlled for most of these exercises. And ready to knock out these French presses, and you'll see it start shaking like a stripper, guys. This one killed me. I know you're supposed to lock out, but I mean, by this point, the lactic acid that I was feeling inside of my arms was so intense. I was telling myself lock out, but it just was not happening, guys. Yeah, right there I start shaking. It's getting intense. Big Vince getting ready to knock out his set. Arms is actually one of my favorite body parts to work out. I just like how big I look when I'm working arms. Right here you see us contemplating life, because this last exercise was the 3-way partner curls. Basically what you do is you do 12 reps and you pass it to your partner. We did 3 sets, but here's the catch. 3 sets, 1 set is when you have passed it to your partner 3 times. So when you have done a total of 36 reps, and we divided it into 12 rep intervals. So right here you'll see Gene passes it to Vince. I didn't have a partner, so I sat mine on the ground. So I went whenever Gene went. So my invisible partner is curling beside Vince right now. But when Vince is finished, he'll pass it back to Gene. Gene will pass it back to Vince. Vince will pass it back to Gene. Gene will pass it back to Vince. And that will have been 1 set when everyone has gone 3 times for a total of 36 reps. So you do 12 and you pass it to your partner. And I mean, this by far was probably the worst idea that I've ever had. I mean, that Gene has ever came up with in a long time. This hurt so bad. As a matter of fact, while I'm recording this voiceover, I can't feel my arms.